How could a book, Atomic Habits, affect your trading? In this video, I'm going to give you a summary about the book and how it can help you progress and level up your trading career. So I'm going to be giving you 4 key insights from the book, and I'm going to explain each one by one and how it can affect your trading. Key insight number 1, the power of 1% changes over time. Number 2, screw goals and focus on systems. Number 3, identity rather than outcomes. Number 4, 4 fundamental laws of behavior change. Firstly, number 1, why does 1% matter? It's all about the power of compounding. Compounding can be amazingly powerful, positively or negatively, if we leave it to play out over a period of time. If we can get 1% better every day for a year, we'll end up 365 times better by the time we're done. As James says in his book, habits do not seem to make much impact in a day, but over months or years, the change can be enormous. How does this affect us in trading? If I backtest or learn or watch or do anything concerning to trading, it will not make a huge impact on that day. But if I do it consistently for a long period of time, it's gonna make a huge impact. This gets me to people trying to seek instant gratification instead of focusing on long-term goals. This also goes to growing your account 1% every day, 3% every week, instead of trying to flip it in one day. Focusing on the long-term results while making 1% improvements every day will make time your ally, while doing the wrong things every day will make time your enemy. And one thing to keep in mind is that the growth is never linear. It is a curve towards success, but it's an upward curve. Key point number 2, screw goals and focus on systems. James identified 4 problems with goal settings. But firstly, winners and losers basically have the same goals. Everyone wants to make money from the markets. Everyone wants to have a $1 million funded account, which means that goals is not what differentiate winners from losers. And second, achieving a goal is not a momentary change. Sure, you can pass a funded account without a strategy or a system, but if you keep doing the same habits which led you to fail 50 of them in the first place, then it will keep on happening and eventually you will blow it again. Achieving a goal will only change our life for a moment. These are temporary results. Instead, we need change in the systems which led to these results in the first place. And thirdly, James argued that goals restrict our happiness. When we get funded, we're gonna be happy. For example, once I reach my goal, I'll be happy. In our example, once I get funded, then I'm gonna be happy. So we continuously be putting our happiness until we reach this goal. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of setting systems is to continue playing the game. And this quote resembles in trading in every aspect. We are not trying to trade to win the markets. We are not trying to win over anyone. We are trying to stay in the game and trading to get the freedom that comes with it. I want to focus on this more, as I was always seeking strategies in order to make it in trading. But it's not just about strategies. It's about building a complete system from A to Z. And what I mean by system is knowing when you're gonna enter a trade, when you're gonna put your stop loss at break even, when you're gonna take profits, what time you're gonna trade, what you're gonna trade, what is your A+ setup. Make those so simple that you can understand them without even looking at anything. You memorize them by heart. So if you would like me to make a video about how to build a trading system, let me know in the comments and we'll make it happen. This gets me to key point number 3, identity rather than outcomes. We have outcomes, processes, and identity. Most of us work from outcome to identity rather than identity to outcome. But as James says, the ultimate form of motivation is when habits become part of our identity. In order to solve our problems in the longer term for our systems, we need to have a change in our identity. I'm gonna give you an example, as I was always struggling with A, FOMO, and B, overtrading. I used to think that, oh, I should not FOMO in, I should not FOMO in. Or then when I FOMO in and then I lose the trade, and then I'm like, okay, I should not overtrade, I should not try to revenge trade. But now how I think about it is completely different. It's like, I am patient, I do not follow price, I am disciplined to my system, I follow my principles, and this is a change in my own identity. Now I know that I am patient and I am disciplined, not just in trading, in my whole life. That I do the things that I don't want to do, and I do not try to seek instant gratification. I'm looking for the long-term results. Finally, key point number 4. At this point we're thinking, I want to build those habits, I want to have these tiny improvements. I hope you are thinking like that. So how we do that is we can actually split up the process into 4 steps, which James mentioned in his book. So we have cue, craving, response, reward. And I want you guys to memorize those because they are really important. Cue triggers the brain to initiate an action. Craving provides the motivational force. Response is the action or habit that we perform. For the reward, which is the end goal. And it's these 4 things which lead to what James calls the 4 laws of behavioral change. The first law is make it obvious, and it relates to designing our environment around our cues. In our case, make rules for everything. Remove all distractions and put only the things that will help you escalate in trading in front of you. Remove everything else, remove all the distractions. If you don't want to trade, close anything related to trading. Okay, the second law is make it attractive, which relates to the craving part of the habit loop and tries to take advantage of what we know about dopamine. Imagine the trade hitting our stop loss. Imagine it hitting our TP, and be fine with both because it's part of our identity. We can control our emotions. Our identity is I am disciplined. The third law is make it easy, and the aim here is to reduce friction and prime our environment for the right habits. Which means if we don't want to overtrade, then just look at the charts when your alert hits. If you need to journal but you're not journaling, make it super easy. Remove the friction. You know that you have to do it. You have your Notion database, for example, right in front of you, and it's very easy to do it. And this takes us to the 4th thing, which is the reward. And we have to make it immediately satisfying. Our brains have evolved to prioritize immediate rewards over delayed rewards. And the cardinal rule of behavior change is what is immediately awarded is repeated, what is immediately punished is avoided. Reward yourself if you followed your system, if you did everything that you have to do for that day, go to the spa, have a nice dinner, reward yourself in instant gratification. This will make you follow your rules in the long run when you reward yourself when you do them. So by combining all these laws, we want to ensure to make our good habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. And we want to work on making our bad habits more difficult by making the cues invisible, by making the action unattractive and hard, and the reward unsatisfying in an ideal world. The great power of Atomic Habits is the emphasis that it places on systems rather than goals, identity rather than outcomes, and small habits rather than drastic change. So in our case, focusing on the long-term system rather than small goals, identity of becoming a trader, controlling your emotions throughout the whole day, throughout the whole year, by being more patient, more disciplined, and doing the stuff that you don't want to do, and focus on small consistent profits rather than account flips and social media hype. I would appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe. One thing I want to finish the video with is there isn't an answer to how long it takes to build a habit, because habits are not a finish line to cross, but a lifestyle to live. The key part is to remember that small habits compound. This is why trading is a lifestyle and not a goal. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then you will definitely enjoy this one right here.